Hey Eagles, it's Dr. East. I know this year is going to look a lot different than other years, but that's okay. We're Eagles and we're going to soar. Our goal is to make this year the best year ever. So whether you're on campus or virtual, we are doing everything that we can to make sure you have a great experience. Okay, so this year we're only allowing students and staff members in the building unless there is an appointment made that has a meeting with me or a teacher. We're trying to do as many of those as we can online or over the telephone. But in the case that there is a need to have someone in the building, the secretary or the nurse would meet them at the front door and go over a COVID screener, much like what if you've been to the doctor or to many businesses, they'll ask a few questions about your possible exposure and take your temperature, and if that is okay, then they'll be allowed to come in only to the office area, which will be sanitized after they leave. If they do not pass the screener, they're not permitted to come into the building. So if you need to pick up your child from school, all you have to do is call. We don't have any visitors in the building at this time, so once you call and say that you're coming to pick your child up for a doctor's appointment or dentist appointment, we will call the classroom and have your child in the office, and then when you come to the school, just ring the bell and someone will escort your child to the front door where you can sign them out. At this time, we're trying to maintain bus seating charts and make sure that we have names of students that are riding the bus in case we would need to do contact tracing and to maintain social distancing and follow all of the safety guidelines set forth by CDC and local health officials. So at this time, we are not permitting any bus changes. If your child can't ride the bus home, they can stay here and someone can pick them up as a walker at the end of the day. For students that are in school, we have been able to socially distance every classroom that we have for in-person learning. We have about half of our students doing virtual and half doing in-person, and we've used Title I teachers and resource teachers to help reduce that class size. So what that looks like in the primary grades, the classrooms are set up with large tables that are spaced 6 feet apart, and the student will have that whole area that is their safe space. And in that safe space, they aren't required to wear a mask as long as they're maintaining that distance from other students and from the teacher. If there would be a time when the teacher would come and work one-on-one with the student, and then both the student and the teacher would need to put their mask on for that. Okay, so our youngest learners, pre-K and kindergartners, they have something different than a face covering, which if a parent wants them to wear a face covering, that's perfectly fine. You can send one from home or we have them available here. However, what we purchased we thought would be a little easier for the little ones to have on is a bucket hat with a shield. So they just get to wear a hat and they get to put their hat on and they're covered. A really great feature with these hats is that you can take the shield off so that these can be sanitized daily. These will stay at school. These do not travel back and forth from home to school. So these will stay and they'll be cleaned daily. Breakfast and lunch will both be eaten in the classroom. Breakfast is not a new procedure for us because we've eaten breakfast in the classroom for years. Lunch in the classroom is new for us, but our cooks are here and they are excited to cook a delicious hot lunch for our students every day. We're really encouraging teachers to take their students outside. We do still have to follow all of the health and safety guidelines. So we've scheduled different areas of the playground to be available for students. We've encouraged the teachers to take their reading materials and math materials outside and do their lessons outside if weather permits. We also have personal play packs that we're going to have for students so that if they're just outside to enjoy some sunshine and fresh air, then they have some activities that they can be working on at that time also. So if someone comes to school and then they start to not feel well, they can let their teacher know, who will let the nurse know. The nurse will see them and determine if we need to send the student home. and for whatever reason that you could be an upset stomach or headache, sore throat, whatever the issue is, the nurse will contact a family member or emergency contact and make sure that they have someone who will come pick the student up. So attendance, we really just want to see everybody healthy and here when they're healthy. We want students that are virtual students to log on every day. The Department of Health and Human Services has released some guidance on that. If you're not sure about sending your child to school, of course, if there's no symptoms and no exposure to COVID, then send your child to school. If you think there are symptoms or possible exposure, then please check those guidelines with the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources or McDowell County Health Department guidance. For the whole month of September, we have a phased-in model. No one comes to school on September 7th, that's Labor Day, it's the holiday. Starting on September 8th for 1st through 5th grade, if your last name begins with A through K, you will come to school on September 8th and September 9th. Students whose last name begins with L through Z will come to school on September 10th and September 11th. Now, if you have multiple names in your household, you will come to school on the day of the oldest student's last name. On the following week, students with last names A through K will be here Monday and Tuesday, the 14th and 15th, and students with last names L through Z will be here on Wednesday and Thursday, the 16th and 17th. On Friday, September 18th, all students will stay home, and that is what is called a blended learning day. So blended learning day is something that we have new to our calendar this year, and on those days students will stay home and they will have assignments on either Seesaw or Schoology, depending on what grade level they're in. Their teachers will give them work to do at home, independent work, and teachers will report to the building for professional development and training. Okay, pre-K and kindergarten will start their phase-in model on Monday, September 21st, and it'll follow the same pattern as the 1st through 5th grade. We will have more information for families in pre-K and kindergarten as we get closer to that day. We'll have orientation and meet the teacher day set up where we'll get your schedules and everything. Okay, so on Monday, September 21st, all on-campus students, A through Z, will be here. Supply packs for pre-K and kindergarten will be distributed on Thursday and Friday, September 17th and 18th. We will give the time for that to the parents as we get closer. So if your child is brought to school and picked up from school and doesn't ride the bus, then we have new procedures for drop off and pickup. We've posted a video, so go check out the video. And if you don't have a chance to watch the video, we will have staff members and markings in the parking lot to direct you when you come in on Tuesday morning. Guidelines are forever changing. I just want to reassure you that we love your kids and we're doing everything we can to keep everybody, students and staff, safe and healthy. If you have any questions, check our Facebook page, our website, call the school, or email me anytime.